All eyes on Rafa. AI image sparks controversy, the good, the bad, and everything else. Is the tide finally turning against Israel? Tim Pool red pillar arc continues. There are no red lines on. So yeah, Emma obliterated him. It was hilarious. Yeah, I saw bits and pieces of it. It was pretty good coverage. They're phenomenal as always. I love those guys. They're the best. I'm a registered Republican that leans libertarian, socially liberal, and fiscally conservative. Israel and our military funding is one of the few things we agree heavily on. Hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm talking about. If you're a libertarian, we probably agree on a lot. You must be in support of free travel, right? Unrestricted freedom of travel. I agree on that. Sam is still kind of doing the lib-leaning vote for Biden and protect against Trump stuff, but yeah, they're good otherwise. I don't care. You guys are ridiculous. Listen, bro. Listen. If you don't want to fucking vote for Biden, who gives a shit? Okay? What do you want? You want people to also advocate not to vote for Biden? I don't care. Do you understand? I don't care. I just like, I'm done. I'm done with that. Okay? I'm spamming my link. Let the people know. We already blasted off. We're going fast today. I'm going fast. What is this? They covered one of the worst Daily Wire clips I've ever seen. Okay, we'll look at it later. Sam's entire point is just, who are you helping? Does it actually matter if you vote at all at that point? Is way less lived in that chatter saying, still Libby. Sam is the GOAT, okay? Sam is one of the... Sam Seder is one of the best boomers you're going to get on this issue and on almost every issue. If you have gripes with a man who, on his off days, goes to the fucking tort conference and debates lawyers on his off days, is checking what's going on with the Social Security funding mechanism, you are insane. Okay? This is a man who genuinely enjoys tort law, or I mean, just not tort law, just you know, the nitty gritty tort reform. Yeah, the nitty gritty of tort reform. And also enjoys, and I mean this like sincerely, a man who enjoys looking at what's happening with Social Security on, like he'll be like, new Social Security numbers came out, and boy, am I excited. And it's like, bro, what are you saying? Those words have never come out of my mouth. Those thoughts have never been a thought that I've thought. Okay? That's an insane thing to be excited about. It's like, be excited about some other shit, dude. What the fuck? I mean, I have, like I said, endless respect for him. He's just the guy who is a little quirked up about politics. Maybe a little bit more quirked up than myself. Yeah. Oh, I saw this. Pal Action cut Leonardo's Edinburgh factory internet cables, disrupting the producers of targeting systems for Israel's F-35 fighter jets. Dude, Palestine Action is so nutty. They are pretty fucking crazy with it.
This one is dedicated to the suit-wearing arms dealers, to the champagne-sipping, depleted uranium droppers.
Keep your hand on your gun.
F-35 doesn't even need help. Worst planes ever. Listen, when it flies, it's pretty fucking good. But yeah, Palestine Action is like pretty nutty. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, bro, I follow them and I automatically unfollow them on a regular basis, by the way. I think this might be the 8th time that I followed Palestine Action. Either they keep getting banned and they keep popping up new accounts, or Twitter literally is still causing you to fucking unfollow them. That's so weird, dude. It is. No, this was a real thing that was happening on Twitter where people that were following Palestine Action would keep like refreshing and then it would automatically unfollow it. Why not? Social Security means fun or hungry for me. Month to month, I think Sam's interest field is real man shit. Okay, obviously, Social Security is very important. I'm not. Why did you? What is wrong with people, man? I'm just starting. I'm starting with the motherfucking. I am starting with the motherfucking news. We're not doing this, okay? We're not doing what you guys want me to. I'm not gonna 30 minutes in start arguing with people about shit that I didn't say that they personally misconstrued, man. Why are we doing this, man? Ay, ay, ay. Caroline made the white Redditors mad. That's another thing that I'm not touching. I don't want to, it's just so cringe. I don't want to hear, like, love Caroline, as you guys know, obviously. And you know, white Redditors are so fucking lame and so annoying and cry all the time. I don't care. It's not relevant. It really isn't. It's messed up that I covered it for so much, not only because it wasn't just about Reddit, but it was like about a lot of other Twitch content creators, a lot of Twitch streamers advocating for the positions of white Redditors, like advocating for white rights, that sort of thing. But it's just like their fragility is endless. And ultimately it doesn't really matter. The reason why it doesn't really matter is because, like, as soon as a Redditor is out in the wild and tries to do that shit in broad daylight in public, everybody goes, "What are you saying? Shut the fuck up. You are weird." Yeah, it's just entirely astroturfed. Anyway, what's your take on the Caitlin Clark discourse? I have no opinions on what's the Caitlin Clark discourse. They always do hundreds of posts until one finally hits. Yeah, but like, what is it hitting? It's not hitting shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's the point. It's not hitting anything. Like, what did you do? Did you advance a cause? Is the cause that you're advancing like defending white people? Like, what the fuck? And also, do you think that personally, like, you're gonna be able to change people's minds about this? Like, do you think that people are going to start thinking unironically, like legitimately, that white people are under attack? Do you want people to feel that way? You know what I mean? It just doesn't matter. Clark's having a solid rookie year, but her team is bad in the standings. That's it, honestly. She yelled at a black referee she's racist. Okay. Yeah, well, this is a pro Luka, pro Jokic space. So, as you guys know, white supremacy is very much alive and well at the Hasanabi broadcast. So, let me tell you, okay? Yelling at black referees as a white basketball player, defensible actions. Larry Bird is your favorite? Okay, I wouldn't go that far. Now, okay, I wouldn't go that far, okay? You guys know who my favorite player is, and it certainly ain't Larry Bird. It's not even Michael Jordan. It's not Magic Johnson. There's one man that gets the top billing for me, okay? His name is LeBron James. I thought this was a Kyrie Legoat safe space. No, it is. This is also a safe space for Kyrie Irving as well. I have seen far too many Kyrie Irving clips. I now have a parasocial relationship with him. I would like to have Kyrie Irving on the broadcast. I know his ass watches Twitch sometimes. I promise, dude, we are going to agree on so much, okay? Whatever you want to say, you can say your truth, King. It seems like you're so much happier now, you know? We could say fuck the Celtics. I don't even care. I'm a big fan of saying that anyway. In general, I got all the smoke for Boston. Trust me. Just come on. LeBron is racist as fuck. Wait, what? The NBA Finals going to be racism versus anti-vax? I feel like, I mean, you don't even watch the games? I don't. I just watch the drama, which is fun. You're not even watching the NBA games? Yeah, because I'm streaming while they're playing half the fucking time. I get the recap. What do you want? The fuck do you want from me? It's more sports that I've consumed in the past 25 years, okay? I have consumed over the course, because of TikTok, constantly serving me basketball clips, I have consumed more sports content in the past 2 months than I have throughout the entirety of the past 25 fucking years. Okay? I'm watching highlights. I'm watching commentary. I'm watching recaps. I love LeBron, but as a Mexican, the way he says Taco Tuesday, it's kind of sus, and it does seem a little bit racist. That's crazy. LeBron James is an honorary Mexican, Flexican. That's crazy that you said that. He does have a lot of like white girl moves that he does. He does, like, if you look at old LeBron posting, okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say about sports. If you look at a lot of the old posts, from LeBron James, like, he does post so much like a white woman. He really does. Like I'm feeling, like life is so good. Like the classic, like, I'm losing my mind. Life is a big sleigh, that type of shit. Like he does do a lot of wine mom posting. Dude, you're a LeBron Glazer and you're calling him a white woman. Wow. I'm just saying, like, I mean, when he does it, it's cool. When he does it, it's cool. Okay. I think we all should live, laugh, and love a little bit. Okay. Maybe a lot of you would be happier with your lives if you stopped hating LeBron and started living for LeBron, laughing with LeBron, and also loving LeBron. You would probably have a much happier life in general. He has a blessed life. Everyone's just jealous. No, my friend. He has a blessed life, and everyone is racist. That's right. In the United States of America, I'm willing to recognize that maybe systematic racism isn't so real, but there's one kind of racism and one racism only. One demonstration of white supremacy, which is denying LeBron GOAT status. That's it. That's it. And there's far too many people. And yes, this includes black people as well. It's called internalized white supremacy. Okay? Yeah. It's really fucked up. Messed up, dude. Ibram Kendi writing all these fucking books. How many words has he spent on LeBron hate? How many? None. Fraudulent. A fraud. White people were posting Black Lives Matter, the black square and stuff. How many of them defended LeBron? Fraudulent. That's all it is. Okay. Bro, Alendil 84, I suspect you have to be on this Palestinian women's team or something, because you have posted about the Palestinian women football team for the past month, okay? Almost every single day. Are you one of the women on the Palestinian football team? What's going on? Oh, you think I'm joking? Let's look at their fucking user card. He talked about the American doctors. Not today. He didn't do the football team here, but hold on, let's keep going up. Ramon Hassan. Oh, god damn it, I can't scroll up. Failed coup, playing basketball. He's constantly spamming with the Palestinian. Look. Palestinian women football team made up of youth diaspora. Short documentary of some feel good news after the brain rot. How the fuck do you even remember that? I am not mentally all right. I am mentally ill. I need you to understand this. I have unimaginable brain rot, chat. How have you not figured this out yet? Yes, I want to talk about it. It's good news on the subject. What's the problem? Because right now we're not going to talk about it. Okay? She's right. The Abraham Accords, like Trump's entire policy, was premised on the perpetual repression of Palestinians and denial of their rights. The horrific atrocities of October 7th revealed this to be a dangerous fantasy. Hey, yo, look at that. Former foreign policy of Bernie Sanders defending my take. Let's go. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I am in the crosshairs, okay, of Jewish Insider posting my fucking dubs. I don't know why they think this is... Here, we'll start with this, actually. Okay, we'll start with this. So, new Jewish insider written by Mark Rod, previously at CNBC, CNN Politics. He is the senior congressional correspondent of Jewish Insider. Now, why is the senior congressional correspondent of Jewish Insider writing about me and AOC live reacting to President Donald Trump's speech in the motherfucking Bronx? Do these people have anything better to do than watch your stream for muck to take out of context and throw at AOC? First of all, there is no muck here. Ocasio-Cortez agrees the Twitch streamer blames Abraham Accords for the October 7 attack. The progressive lawmaker appeared on a Twitch stream with Hassan Piker, a popular influencer who's been outspoken against Israel since October 7. First of all, I have not been outspoken against Israel since October 7, unless you're talking about October 7 of like, I don't know how long I've been outspoken against Israel, but it's been a lot longer than just October 7, 2023. So get it right, Mark Rod. At least publicly, since, I don't know, like 10 years ago. All the Octobers for the past fucking 10 years. Rod. Yeah. Yeah, Mitch Hedgeberg. I used to do drugs. I still do. But I used to too. Exactly. Mark Rod. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat of New York, agreed with the popular far-left Twitch streamer last week that the Abraham Accords and other U.S. policies were significantly responsible for the October 7 Hamas attack on Israel. To be fair, though, I will say this guy is like a much better journalist than, not to give him too much credit, but I will say he's a much better journalist than like the average right-wing psychopath at like New York Post or whatever. Like, he is a serious journalist. And the reason for why I will say that is this, okay? When the fucking Daily Mail writes about me, the Daily Mail would just like lie and be like, Hassan wants to eat Jewish babies or whatever, right? This guy at least is like very, like, he's honest. Like, the way he covered it, I think, is pretty valid. Piker also hosted on a show a Yemeni influencer who filmed himself on board a civilian commercial ship seized by the Houthis. On that stream, Piker compared the Yemeni terrorist group favorably to the pirate hero of a Japanese cartoon series. I think that is a fair assessment. Okay? I think that's a fair assessment. Why? Because he's saying I'm interviewing a Yemeni influencer and not like a Houthi terrorist or whatever the fuck. Like, it is relatively objective. Okay? Obviously, it's not just a Japanese cartoon series, it's an anime, but that's besides the point. Hassan Piker has been outspoken against Israel since October 7, including offering or defending arguments that the October 7 attack was inevitable and potentially understandable and justifiable, while often stopping short of directly endorsing the attack. Fair. Fair assessment. I have no notes on that part. It feels like, dude, this is what I mean. When people post things that I actually say and offer criticism, but still literally post things that I actually fucking say, including the nuances of it, I'll take that every day. Yeah, bro, the Houthi thing was where a lot of people turned out, including myself, because you can't have terrorists on and try to humanize them like that. No, you tuned out because I banned you when you tried to do a two-parter debate at the top of the fucking hour. That's why you tuned out, because I banned you thinking that this was a good top-of-the-hour ad break debate. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. I was fucking right. You can't do that. You can't do that. I'm ready for it. I'm so goddamn ready for it. You understand me? Often stopping short of implies you did at least once endorse the attacks, which is false. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? Bro, you are on top of your game. Thank you. And you can be as well. Do not drop the ball at the top of the hour by subscribing for $5 or free with the Twitch Prime, or by getting gifted a sub if you're lucky. Here's the 3-minute ad break coming for you now. For those of you who, don't have $5 or a free Twitch Prime that you can use here, maybe you can get gifted a sub by ACAP for Cutie. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. All the racist Redditors just use the Yemeni kid as a tool in the propaganda war of not liking you. I know. And they can all suck my entire cock. Fuck those people. Okay? Because guess what, dude? Where's Operation Prosperity Guardian now? That shit fucking failed, son. I was right on that front too. Uh-oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Chill. Frames are dropping. My Bourbon Gamer. Thank you for the 5 gifted. Cigarette Overlord. Mini F. Mini F. Refresh. We're back. It's fine. It's fine. I think it's fine for now. Why are people coming in and still saying F? It should be fine now. It looks like it's fine. Anyway. The political streamer Sam Piker said the attack was a direct consequence of the Abraham Accords and many of Jared Kushner's and Donald Trump's administration's actions, like moving the embassy to Jerusalem. Ocasio-Cortez, appearing on Piker's show, responded, 10,000%. Wait, what? Ain't no fucking way they hit me with this, bro. No. Okay, here it is. He is just as responsible for October 7 as anyone else. It directly happened as a direct consequence of him moving the embassy to Jerusalem, recognizing the annexed territory of Golan Heights as Israeli territory, going against international law, and also conducting the Abraham Accords, completely sidestepping the Palestinians in the conversation. That is a major reason, he continued, as Ocasio-Cortez continued to nod along and said, yeah, you know why she said that? Because it's fucking true, bitch. Why are you coming to a fucking dumb himbo content creator, Twitch streamer who's 32 fucking years old and has never held political office for adequate foreign policy analysis? Why can you not do that in any of the major mainstream media outlets, man? What is going on? I'm a fucking dumbass. Thank you, Joseph33. What's happening here? What's happening here? They're posting my dubs. Once again, posting my motherfucking dubs. Ooh, baby. Ocasio-Cortez appeared on Piker's stream to watch and comment on a rally by Trump in the Bronx last week. Piker's comments came in response to a remark by Trump claiming the October 7 attack would not have happened if he were in office. During the stream, Ocasio-Cortez also described the Israeli operations of Gaza as a genocide. She's appeared with Piker at least once in the past. Piker also hosted a show with the Yemeni influencer who filmed himself on board a civilian commercial ship seized by the Houthis. On the stream, Piker compared the Yemeni terrorist group favorably to the pirates of the hero of a Japanese cartoon series. Say it! It's One Piece. And while on their domestic affairs, the Ansar Allah leaves much to be desired. And also, you know, their whole like curse the Jews stuff, not great, okay? Not a fan of that. However, in terms of the entire Yemeni population resisting against Israel, enforcing a blockade on the Red Sea, very good. And also, absolutely, Luffy certified. Piker has been outspoken against Israel since October 7, including offering or defending arguments that the October 7 attack was inevitable and potentially understandable and justifiable, while often stopping short of directly endorsing the attack. Ocasio-Cortez has also recently come under attack from erstwhile allies on the far left who have accused her of being insufficiently outspoken against Israel. Recently, the Palestine Solidarity Working Group, formerly associated with the Democratic Socialists of America, promoted a post calling AOC, what the fuck? What just happened? What did I just click on? Oh. AOC responsible for genocide as much as Biden. Ocasio-Cortez's office referred an inquiry on the appearance of her campaign to her campaign, which did not immediately provide commentary. So yeah, I will say, maybe my brain is too broken by Redditors, but like this article I think is fair. Like it just honestly is reporting accurately the things I believe, the things I have said. And like, if you read it and you already have your established opinions on the matter, yeah, you'll come across this and be like, wow, I really hate AOC. And I definitely hate this Hassan guy. But for the most part, I respect it. It's a good faith article, I think. Unconfirmed, but Houthis say they've taken down an MQ-9 drone with a homemade surface-to-air missile. What the fuck? They can't be calling you a terrorist or a Hamas supporter. They're still technically a serious publication. Yeah. Like, Daily Mail will just be like, this fucking Muslim bloke wants to eat Israeli Jewish children. He wants baby murder. He said permanent genocide to the Israeli people. Like, that's how they write articles over there. The New York Post will be like, hey, this is a song guy. He fucking sucks ass. He loves He loves 9/11 and is always saying multiple 9/11s in New York. That's how I imagine like the respective journalists and op-ed writers, right, in each of these institutions. You know what I mean? One time he said permanent first world genocide on New York only. Like, that's how they write at the New York Post. So they didn't mention how you're racist to white people. Yeah, I would expect that from the New York Post, to be fair. So, yeah. Why would anyone expect us not to be impressed by the Houthis when they are taking down the most advanced fucking airborne military equipment with homemade rockets? Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely impressed. I'm definitely impressed. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they do a lot of. There's a lot of stuff going on in terms of like their own domestic affairs and the way that they conduct themselves that I certainly disagree with. Like I said, but as far as like resisting against America, resisting against Saudi Arabia, resisting against genocide, they have done a phenomenal job. They really have. And it is so, I am in awe of the way that they operate. I am in awe of the way that they operate and the way that they have operated, specifically because they have so much fucking smoke that like part of the reason why the Chinese peace negotiations between Iran and Saudi Arabia and a ceasefire, like a de facto ceasefire in Yemen, part of the reason why it happened, is it actually effing or are just like random people posting F in the chat annoyingly? Like, what is happening? There's like 8 people posting F. What the fuck? It might be like a regional issue now. I don't know. Regardless, something to consider is like the Saudis do not want the Yemen smoke. One must ask the question, why? They were literally doing a fucking genocide on Yemen. Why do the Saudis not want smoke from Yemen? Well, that's because both Yemen and maybe Iran, we don't know, but at least we know that it's Yemen, or we think it's Yemen, has striking capabilities hitting oil refineries inside of Saudi Arabia. That is unimaginably disruptive to global commerce. That is unimaginably disruptive to the Saudi economy in general. That is not something they fucking want. Okay? That is not something that they want. That's why they're like, hey, man, let's dial this Operation Prosperity Guardian shit a little bit back. Okay? Is it true that the Houthis have brought back slavery? All the headlines say, but I haven't seen credible references. No, slavery fucking never discontinued in Yemen under any of those administrations. Okay? It's bullshit. Some dude named Mark just donated $20K for the creators of Palestine. Yes, we are fucking nearing the $900,000 mark. I don't know what's happening, man. Mark was doing a donation match last night. Okay, guys, that's great. But you know, let's do the news coverage. All right. Lock the fuck in. Dude donates 20K. Hassan, thumbs up. Well, it's because I'm currently fucking covering some serious news, okay? All right. Lock in. Biden attacks Ed O'Keefe. Yo, that's crazy. Ed O'Keefe has a lot of smoke. He saw the fucking decapitated babies, I think, and he lost it a little bit. And by lost it, I mean regained consciousness, for the record. What is this? What is this? What is this? By the way, Hassan won't actively call for his viewers to not vote Biden because he's a shill and a sellout. First of all, in the primaries, I literally did do that, and I have been doing that. And secondly, what is wrong with these fucking dudes, man? Like, what do you mean? Who cares? Why do you care? Why do you fucking care? What's wrong with you? You're like, no, you can't vote for Biden. Like, you think the Democratic Party, I'm always going to be honest. I'm always going to be fucking honest. Okay. Suck my dick. Suck my dick. If you ask me, is Trump going to be worse marginally than Biden? Yeah, he is. He is. That's true. If you ask me, do I think voting for Biden is going to fucking save America? Fuck no. Absolutely not. Do whatever helps you sleep comfortably at night. Anyway. They are contrarians that want to rage with life. Yeah, it's just like, dude. I'm not advocating to vote for nobody. I will tell you not to vote for Trump. That is fair. I will never vote for Trump. I don't think you should ever vote for Trump. He's awful. And so is fucking Biden. Anyway, I need to lock in. See, I look at one dono, and then I fucking, all of a sudden, I'm falling apart. Brave take. I mean, what? What do you want me to do? If you want me to fucking dick ride Biden as he's actively aiding and abetting a genocide, you can dick ride me instead, because I'm not going to fucking do that. Okay. So yeah, good article from the Jewish Insider. Much respect. I would say that this is like a favorable article. I would say that this is a decent article. It's honest. I mean, they're trying to draw up like controversy by being like, AOC agreed with Hassan on something that is like unironically true. No matter how hard you try to complain. And it not only is it unironically true, but it also is true in a partisan way too. So I think for many people, when they post that and they're like, oh yeah, this will surely get people mad at AOC, they don't realize that Democrats see that as an exit ramp. Democrats probably will hear me say those words and go, oh, that's a good idea, that we should just talk about Trump and what he did and how his actions caused October 7. That's a good statement. Anyway. So I don't think that it is going to work. I don't think that it is going to be a valid avenue of attack. But, I'm happy nonetheless. We're going to do more Israel Hasbara. Yes, Bussy Angel sent this to me earlier. Dua Lipa calls for a ceasefire in Gaza. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little bit disappointed in Dua. Like, I look, she's our Muslim queen. She's our Albanian queen. The world is Albanian, okay? But it's like she has been endlessly attacked and smeared as a fucking anti-Semite for years for being both Albanian and Muslim while simultaneously defending Palestinian humanity for years. So for me, it's like, this is one of the very few instances where I'm like, God damn, Dua, like, fuck you doing? What's happening? She talked about it since the beginning, and in fact, since before October 7. I feel like there wasn't that much Dua Lipa posting. I mean, it's fine. It's fine because, like I said, she's been pro-Palestinian way before many of the TikTokers that yell at her. And according to the ceasefire tracker, she called for a ceasefire in November. It's just like, it's a little bit different though. Like for me, my expectation is she's popping off. You know what I mean? Because she has popped off many times over, time and time again. She, much like myself, is anti-Semite of the week, maybe anti-Semite of the month, perhaps anti-Semite of the year by Stop Anti-Semitism. Dua Lipa speaks out on Israel-Hamas war, says ceasefire in Gaza has to happen. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'm being too critical. I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen it, and that's why I'm not disparaging. That's why I'm disparaging our Albanian queen. Didn't she advocate for Palestinians? Yeah. No, you don't understand. Dua Lipa is like Bella and Gigi Hadid, especially Bella Hadid. They have, as far as like famous celebrities goes, they have been always very, very, very vocal about Palestinian emancipation. They've been very, very vocal about, like way before October 7, you know, like maybe trying a different approach. Wait, what? Outspoken in Hollywood says a single thing. Dude, you don't understand. Look at dude, literally look at what happened to Melissa Barrera. Okay? Look at what happened to Melissa Barrera. She, am I saying her name right? She literally posted an article by Ross Segal. Okay? Ross Segal is an Israeli Jewish Holocaust historian, a Holocaust scholar. Okay? She posted an excerpt from this article written by a Jewish Israeli Holocaust scholar about how Israel's actions have the makings of a genocide. She was fired. And they claimed she was being anti-Semitic. Speaking of Melissa, Jenna Ortega posted this yesterday. Goat. Jenna Ortega is another person who has been like, Jenna Ortega is one of my favorite stories. Jenna Ortega is another person that's been outspoken about Palestinian emancipation far before like this last round. And it's kind of hilarious because like we read that article one time during the Kanye pop-off when Kanye was being like insanely anti-Semitic. If you recall, there was an article. There was a fucking article comparing her to Kanye West, asking the question, who is more anti-Semitic? Jenna Ortega for saying free Palestine, or Kanye West for saying Adolf Hitler is awesome and that he loves Adolf Hitler? There is perhaps no greater indication. And this was written on the Times of Israel, bro. Jenna Ortega versus Kanye. Whose anti-Semitic hate is worse? Now, you need to understand something, okay? This is perhaps the greatest snapshot, okay, of the mania that exists inside the mind of an ultra-Zionist, okay? There is no better indication. There is no greater example in understanding that like Zionists don't give a fuck about anti-Semitism and only care about anti-Israel sentiment, anti-Zionism, than this fucking idiotic drivel that was posted on the Times of Israel. Anyway. Someone saying Zionist stuff in the tablet. Oh God, I don't want to fucking know what they wrote. Israel must stop pretending it is a nation like any other. This is ISIS level stuff. No exaggeration. All I'm gonna say is it is not shocking. Okay, tablet is pretty nutty with it at times. So I'm glad that they're out there letting their freak flag fly. Okay. So Let's move on from which celebrity said what to Israel's ground assault in Rafah expands.
This morning with Israel.
Which, by the way, obviously, this is happening, which is like a violation of the red line, a clear-cut violation of the red line, which was, no ground offensive. But of course, Israel, it seems, basically waits for America to say, here's a firm boundary that we want to establish so that they can fucking violate it with their dicks out. Okay? They literally, it almost feels like they wait for America to say something just so they can knowingly cross that boundary openly, like a child. Because the reality is, there is no boundary at all.
Israeli forces pushing to the heart of Rafah and growing numbers of Palestinian civilians killed. The White House facing questions on President Biden's red line and if Israel crossed it. Especially after that strike over the weekend, killing dozens in a firestorm at a camp in Rafah.
We don't want to see a major ground operation. We haven't seen that at this point.
How many more charred corpses does he have to see before the president considers a change in policy?
We don't want to see a single more innocent life taken. And I kind of take a little offense at the question. No civilian casualties is the right number of civilian casualties.
But more civilian casualties yesterday after a new strike on this tent encampment killed at least 21 people, according to the emergency services in Hamas-run Gaza. Most of them women and children. The IDF denies the tents were in a safe zone. Israel also releasing an initial investigation into the weekend attack, which has drawn international criticism. The IDF says it used small bombs to target 2 Hamas commanders, but that a secondary explosion started the enormous fire.
That's awesome. That's awesome that they are just constantly running with this. And I think that it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to lie. I haven't heard. Maybe I'm too echo chambered, because I am constantly looking at like what other people are saying, like people outside of my realm of interest are saying. And I do feel like a lot of people who were unimaginably loud pro-Israel dick riders are just like very quiet lately, because they see a modicum of shame, I think. Like they recognize that the situation is like a little bit fucked up, that they, that Israel pushed these people, millions of them, into a fucking tent city in the open air prison that they've already had, right? Even if you don't recognize the open air prison as a valid thing, like you can't deny that they took millions of people and put them into this like supposedly safe zone, and now they're blowing that safe zone up. Like that's pretty fucked up, Obviously, if you've been paying attention to this for the past 8 months, it's par for the course. It's not like unimaginably fucked up or whatever in comparison to how unimaginably cruel and unusually violent the Israeli siege has been. But I do think that with the exception of like ultra Zionists who get paid for this kind of position, like chirping like this with free trips to Israel and whatnot, like media paid trips to Israel and whatnot, with the exception of people like that, I would say that most people who are just like watching the sidelines, no matter how pro-Israel they are, they're just like kind of being quiet or yelling about the all eyes on Rafa thing.
Our munition alone could not have ignited a fire of this size.
The IDF says hidden Hamas weapons might have caused the blast, but offered no firm evidence. An Israeli official earlier said a gas tank could have sparked the flames. The Pentagon also confirming an NBC News report that the U.S. military has been forced to suspend aid delivery into Gaza by sea after a section of its temporary pier broke apart in bad weather.
And that American pier had only been operational for 2 weeks before that damage. The Pentagon saying it's going to take at least another week to repair. That is a major blow to the humanitarian effort in Gaza at a time when the Rafah crossing, the main lifeline for food and aid from Egypt, remains closed. Hoda.
All right, Raf Sanchez for us there in Tel Aviv. Raf, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the
Israeli
So regardless, the reason why I was mentioning this, for the record, the reason why I was mentioning this is because I haven't seen a lot of them chirp about the explosions in Rafah, but I have seen them get real mad, real fucking mad about that goddamn AI image. Okay? Now, the media is doing its very best to just uncritically repeat what Israel is saying about the Rafah attack. Why are they doing this? Because they're fucking bloodless monsters whose only job is to be a stenographer for their own unique foreign policy interests, their respective states' foreign policy interests, which almost always happens to tie with Israel's unique interests. Unfortunately for everyone, Israel's unique interests right now are genociding and ethnically displacing the entire Palestinian population, or at least like reducing it by a severe amount, and most likely causing them to want to leave their ancestral homes that they were originally pushed out of and pushed into this Gaza Strip, which is functionally an open-air prison that Israel occupies. So the situation here, the situation that we're at, the situation that we're watching unfold is mainstream media kind of dropping the ball and losing sight of the way people are experiencing this ethnic cleansing campaign. It's in broad daylight. People are seeing it. People are now finding ways of lending support. I have seen an unimaginable amount of social media stories openly declaring that they are pro-Palestine over this past week since the Rafah, the Rafah bombing occurred. I'll be honest with you. I have a lot of thoughts on this. There's one specific post that is going around Instagram right now. It's an AI-made image that says, "All eyes on Rafa." I don't know if we have the AI image. I'm sure you've seen it a million times over at this point. But beyond that, there are a lot of people that are posting the "All eyes on Rafa" AI image. And also on top of that, posting donation links. Now, there's a couple issues that I have with this. Obviously, the AI image is lame. It's gross. There is a million different images that you can post, real images of real Palestinian people that are suffering. Okay? Like, there are a million different real images you could have posted instead of this shit. And it's very performative. But, and I don't care about the AI aspect of it from that front, but I do care, and I do wish that it was a real image, because it is important to see Palestinians in that regard, especially when it's so broadly shared. Having said that, once again, I'm not talking about the AI aspect of it. Okay? I'm not talking about the AI aspect of it. I don't care about that at all. What I do care about is the millions of people that are posting this right now. Okay? Why do I care about this? Because it signals to people that you can be pro-Palestine and not get punishments, not get censored, not lose your fucking job. Okay? That is huge. Why is that huge? That shit's at like 50 million, 60 million reshares at this point. Why is that huge? It's fucking huge because up until this very moment, there is no way that people can openly say that they're pro-Palestinian without being afraid of the repercussions. Okay? I don't think you guys, I mean, you guys should understand this better than anybody else because you're in this community. You're in this community. I'm sure you've seen it. I'm sure you've experienced it. Many of you have been fucking arrested for being pro-Palestinian, for participating in the encampments. Okay? There are repercussions. I know that on TikTok, being pro-Palestine kind of bangs. You go viral or whatever. But everywhere else in the real world, there are actual repercussions for it, which is precisely the reason why a lot of people, both because they're afraid that they're going to be called anti-Semitic, and also because they don't truly know what the fuck's going on down to the wire. And there's a lot of misinformation from the outlets that they're getting this information from, or a lot of omission, lies by omission, as we've seen. Even when they're talking about the Rafah situation on BBC, they keep talking about it like, oh, Israel had a fucking oopsie. All right, shut the fuck up, you know? Maybe there shouldn't have been guns there next to the tents. It's actually the Palestinians' fault that they're dying, right? That is making people obviously confused and scared to openly state what their opinion is, even if they have, for months at this point, felt a feeling in their hearts that, you know, this is pretty fucking unconscionable. Okay? So, the reason why I still think this is a relatively positive situation is that it's good that 70 million people on Instagram and many Americans and many celebrities now feel confident saying that they are pro-Palestinian. Okay? You're talking about people who have never said a single fucking thing about Palestinians. Okay? You're talking about people who have never, ever in a million years I would have ever thought would be posting fucking donation links to UNRWA. It's crazy. It is crazy. This is a Zionist's worst nightmare, dude. If you are completely invested in the genocidal fascist project of maintaining a Jewish majority Israel, you see the Western world get this fucking loud about Palestinian humanity, you have to shudder. You have to notice that your project is on its last legs. Okay? So yes, while I think it's kind of silly that the first and only thing that many people have done so far is post a fucking shitty AI image. And I totally understand why Palestinians that are both on the ground in Gaza, victim to this genocide, and also Palestinians in diaspora, and also Palestinian advocates, okay? All of these people are very understandably agitated about this thing, and they're like, this is all you got? What the fuck are you doing? Call your congresspersons. And they're right for saying that, okay? They're right for saying that. In spite of all the criticisms, I do have a different perspective on the matter. This is massive. Okay? This is massively, massively important. Here's another post that I posted I posted like a day ago as well. It's a mistake, but it's not a mistake. It's a pattern. That's also, you know, something that people are broadly sharing. Motaz posts images every single day that do more to show the reality in Rafa, that you can put the text all eyes on Rafa over that instead of say bullshit. I know, guys. I know. Why are you guys telling me this? You're missing the point that I'm trying to make. While I get the frustrations that many people have, the fact that this is so popular and it has given people the courage the courage to even fucking remotely say something pro-Palestinian across the board is actually an unimaginable sea change. Okay? And I don't think every single person is saying like, I'm gatekeeping activism. I was there first. Where were you 6 months ago? Where were you 4 months ago? Okay? I don't think a lot of people are saying just that. Some people are. Some people are gatekeeping activism, and that's weird and lame and gross. Who cares? But a lot of people have valid criticisms. And I think those valid criticisms should be addressed. There's very real gruesome images, or maybe even images of hope that you could post. And then write all eyes on Rafa over this. That is important because Palestinian emancipation can only be met if Palestinian humanity is addressed. You can only do a genocide on a population if you actively have successfully dehumanized them, which Israel has, which the American media has as well. So you have to show the humanity of the Palestinians. I know this very well, and that's precisely the reason why many Zionist publications or Zionist institutions literally will smear you and say you're an anti-Semite for even advocating for Palestinian emancipation, Palestinian humanity. That's why we just showed you the article earlier about Jenna Ortega for the crime of posting Free Palestine in 2021, Times of Israel, compared her to fucking Kanye West. Ask the question, dare ask the question, who's a bigger anti-Semite, Jenna Ortega for saying Palestinians are fucking human beings, or Kanye West? It is that important. And that's precisely the reason why it's important that this image would have been better if it had real Palestinians, okay? But regardless of the many valid criticisms against this, regardless of the many valid criticisms against the image in and of itself, I think the image and its popularity and the corresponding donation links that are fucking popping off right now, even on Instagram by normies, not just like people on TikTok, not just TikTok influencers, not just activists, not just advocates, but normies. Posting this shit is huge. Okay? It's huge. And the reason why I will, unfortunately, I have so much love for my Palestinian friends, both in diaspora and also in Gaza and in the West Bank. I have so much love for all of the advocates that have been a part of this pro-Palestinian emancipation movement for far longer than anybody else. However, there is one disagreement that I do have with them on this issue. A lot of people are comparing this to the BLM black square, right? And I have made this comparison, or rather, I've addressed this comparison before, so you probably will recognize it. I've talked about Black Lives Matter as a domestic issue in terms of white supremacy and pro-Palestinian emancipation as a foreign policy issue, and the major differences between Black liberation, or at least criticisms of police brutality that disproportionately targets Black people, versus Palestinian emancipation. Because the material conditions are very different for the Palestinians, and because of their proximity to America, because of all of the counter narratives in terms of Hasbara, in terms of ultra-Zionists constantly eliminating Palestinian voices as they conduct an apartheid, as they conduct an ethnic cleansing campaign, awareness is key. Okay? If awareness wasn't significant for Palestinians, if even someone saying, I think I'm pro-Palestine, a random white lady by the name of Becky or Karen or Rachel, if a random white person saying, I'm actually pro-Palestinian wasn't so fucking significant, there wouldn't be this level of punishment across the board up until this very moment for even saying such things. Okay? And now you got it. You got the Barbaras. That's huge. Okay? You got the Rebeccas and the Barbaras and the Karens. They're posting about fucking Palestine. That's crazy. That's a good thing. Because, And I will reiterate this point, which I made with a very important academic that I love, Mark Lamont Hill. As you guys know, I had this conversation with him personally, and he agreed with me on the matter as well. The conditions for the Palestinians in the West Bank and the conditions of the Palestinians in Gaza are significantly worse. This is not oppression Olympics. It's significantly worse than the conditions that black people face in contemporary American society. This does not mean that the situation is great for black people in a white supremacist nation. Of course not. It just shows you how bad it is. And therefore, even awareness alone of the humanity of Palestinians is massively consequential. And that is precisely the reason why Israel and Zionist Hasbara agents have routinely tried to stop people from acknowledging the humanity of Palestinians, turning them into just enemies, just terrorists, barbarians that operate in a monolithic, sometimes antiquated, ancient anti-Semitism. It is hard. Many people come in here and say, Hassan, how can you be so positive? Or how do you continue? How do you continue seeing such gruesome images? Okay? And on this issue, I will tell you, I have in my lifetime seen a dramatic change in the way that we view Palestinian emancipation in the Western world. A dramatic change that I never thought could happen. There is nothing that gives me more confidence than recognizing that in the Western world, there are now millions more people, especially in our generation, that truly see the inhumanity of the Israeli Zionist regime, recognizing the apartheid, recognizing Israel's genocidal actions. That is massive. Okay? That is massive. Every person's voice in this instance matters. Every single new person, every single new Barbara or Deborah that posts all eyes on Rafa, even if it's a fucking AI post, matters. It creates a new vector of pressure. It creates a new pressure point. The ICC, the UN General Assembly, the UN Security Council, making decisions that oftentimes, obviously, get almost always get vetoed by the one most significant UN Security Council voter member state, the United States of America. That doesn't, and immediately when you see that, you're like, oh, these guys are fucking symbolic. Fuck these guys. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that the United States is stopping every step of the way. Stopping progress every step of the way. Okay? It is yet another avenue of pressure. This is why I've been stressing. Okay? This is why I have been stressing over and over and over again how important it is to not stop protesting, to not stop calling your congresspersons. Okay? I completely disagree. This decontextualized the whole issue. Deborah and Barbara can only support it because it's decontextualized. Doesn't point at perpetrators. Doesn't even name the issue. Is just an offensive, defanged activism. Any Palestinians straying away from the victim category that this creates will be labeled as an obstacle to peace. Remember how the shift followed, singling out Netanyahu as the sole problem here? Brother, I don't think you understand. That is an exit ramp that the American government refuses to take. Anything in the immediate that stops the further bloodshed of Palestinians is good. What do you think I want them to have a protracted people's war against the Israeli Zionist entity? Like, what are you talking about? You think I want more fucking Palestinian children to die? What a psychotic fucking attitude. No. As a Palestinian, I hated this AI shit, but I guess I agree with you that the more mainstream it is to be pro-Palestinian, the better. Absolutely. Every Palestinian I've talked to, far before October 7 and far after October 7 as well, always would stress the importance of awareness. A lot of the stuff that we laugh at during the BLM protests of people being like, ooh, I'm a white lady and I'm reading Ibram Kendi now. Like, I'm learning. You know? All of that shit that we laugh at, that would be massively consequential for the Palestinians if people did that, actually. Because that's an introduction to the humanity of Palestinians. That's an introduction to the history and the massive wrongs that were committed. Americans have already made up their fucking minds on black people. They grow up in a white supremacist society. Reading Ibram Kendi is not changing the reality that they're direct beneficiaries of white supremacist constructs to a certain degree. But when it comes to the Palestinians, they're fucking out there. They're all the way over there. They don't do nothing to you. If anything, it's just all negative. From the perspective of the working class, it is directly negative to just keep giving, since 1948, $300 fucking billion to the state of Israel. This genocidal apartheid regime. $300 billion. More companies in the NASDAQ that are Israeli owned than fucking India, Japan, and Korea combined. The relationship that we have with Israel, in the eyes of the average American, is unimaginable. They're like, what the fuck are we doing? What is this? You explain that to an average American, they're going to be like, what are you saying? I had no fucking idea. Think about the amount of waste in terms of tax dollars. Going to do what? Murdering children? Who the fuck would say yes to that? You have to be the biggest fucking psychopath. You have to be literally an evangelical dick rider, an evangelical Christian Zionist. Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't want to. I get the point. I get that it's like crazy that it's like a white lady posting about it like this. Yeah, fuck, that shit fucks me up. Yeah, weird TikToks are coming. You'll see more of that. Anyway, ultimately, can you tell me a reliable place to donate money for Palestine? Bro, look above me. Okay? We've been running another charity for the past couple of weeks now. Creators for Palestine, a bunch of YouTubers got together, myself included, and we put together a couple charities that are operating on the ground, specifically keyword operating on the ground, that are certified. What is this? I agree that it's generally a good thing that it happened, but this is not really pro-Palestine sentiment. It is war sad sentiment. I hope this pushes us towards stopping this war, but this is not people supporting the Palestinian struggle. It's just people being sad about seeing dead children. Yeah, but it's a fucking massive change of pace from Israel gets to fucking genocide the Palestinians who we think are rapist, barbarian monsters to, okay, it's kind of crazy that they're just like melting children at such a fucking high rate. Because if you were in here October 8, like, guys, I know I don't talk about my own personal situation since October 7 quite a bit. I don't talk about it all that much because obviously it's nothing and it's completely inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. But you're in a fucking community where, like, we went from 30,000 people watching to 20,000 people watching, under 20,000 people watching after October 7. That's a third of this fucking community that literally just left. They were like, fuck you. You're a terrorist. You love terrorism. You're an Islamist fundamentalist. There are websites that were literally designed to specifically detail every little thing I've said about Palestine and Palestinians to call me Hasanabi. The fuck are we talking about? I've been getting hate rated, doxxed, swatted, all this shit for fucking endlessly. Having articles written about how I want to fucking eat and kill Jewish settler babies or whatever in the fucking Daily Mail. Do you think that energy is still there? No, it's not. It's gone. And the reason for why it's gone, even in my own personal experience, in my own fucking personal conduct that I've seen, obviously, that's a massive change. That kind of shit matters, though. That's why I've always offered unconditional support to, like, the likes of Melissa Barrera, who I don't really care about otherwise. I don't know her at all. But, like, I see other people getting punished by the same fucking machine for speaking truth to power. And now it's getting to a point where you cannot argue against it because there are too many people that are recognizing the reality on the ground. That is objectively a good thing. That doesn't mean that every single person that posted all eyes on Rafah are also simultaneously saying, inshallah, like, the Zionist entity will be dismantled or whatever. Of course not. But you have to always analyze where the attitude was when looking at where the attitude is now. And you cannot take this level of pro-Palestinian support for granted. You cannot take it for granted. You can't say, oh, this is how it should have been. Yeah, you're right. But that's not how humans operate, especially in the fucking Western world. So ultimately, there are very valid criticisms against this fucking all eyes on Rafah shit. But I do think that it spells a change of pace. I think it shows that there's a genuine attitude shift, a tide turning. And it is one that is terrifying Zionists here. Look, I'm frustrated, so I will just say this. Can everyone on both sides just shut the fuck up with politics and propaganda and acknowledge that the death and harming of innocent people on either side is unacceptable, says Scooter Braun. No more justification or finger painting or even explaining. You can get back to that shit tomorrow. Just for once, even if just today, just say as a parent or a sibling or simply a human being, no innocent person deserves to be kidnapped or raped or starved or killed. Just start there and then stop talking for one day. Let's try. No innocent person deserves to be kidnapped or raped or starved or killed. Why is he chirping like that? Because he can't fucking say unconditionally that what Israel is doing is good. But he sees the all eyes on Rafa post and he fucking loses his mind. Bring them home now. 79,000 shares. People are losing. The ones that will still try to dick ride Israel are recognizing that the Overton window is shifted in the direction of recognizing Palestinian humanity. And that terrifies them because they understand that if you personally see Palestinians as human beings, you're going to start feeling bad. You're going to start thinking, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we killing them by the thousands with our tax dollars? That's all I'm saying, okay? And I say this as someone who hasn't shared that image for the record. Bro, you got motherfucking Palestinians out here who are Fortnite content creators who haven't really personally said much for obvious reasons, coming out and speaking on it. All right? For those of you who don't know, Cypher PK, he's Palestinian. You got people who are like literally the fucking, and you got, see, look, Nick Merckx responding to Cypher PK with a fucking heart and a hands up. Think about that. There is no better indication that this is like literally hitting the normie sphere like a goddamn boulder, okay? Why haven't you shared the image? Because just like I didn't fucking share the black square during Black Lives Matter, my very existence and every single step I take is in that direction anyway. Why the fuck would I share all eyes on Rafa as a post? Hello? Do you see what I do for a living? I have offered Palestinians 9 hours of coverage every fucking day since October 7. I think that's good enough, right? Unless that was a top of the hour ad break debate. which, you know, not good enough to be fair. Yeah. I don't fucking fly the pride flag during the month of June either. What we as a community have done so far is, of course, outside of this latest round of fundraising, we went into action October 9. October 9, we set up a fucking pro-Palestinian charity for 4 charities that were operating on the ground. And we raised $4 million in a matter of weeks. While people were too busy saying, I'm funding and facilitating fucking Hamas with these dollars. Meanwhile, you should be funding and facilitating gifted subs at the top of the hour. Because there's a 3-minute ad break coming. What? Wait, are you being for real? I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but I haven't played that prominent of a role in the Creators for Palestine charity because, like, I set it up and then I took a back seat to it. Why? Because, you know, it's good to have other people out there doing it. All right. That doesn't mean I'm not going to participate. Obviously, I'm going to participate tomorrow. We're going to be live streaming it alongside the Try Guys and like all the other YouTube content creators that are that are a part of it. But like, there's a reason. It's because I already do what I do. Okay. It doesn't I don't have to fucking constantly be like, look at me. I'm doing the damn thing. Anyway, here's the 3-minute ad break now. Is Jordan going to take in some Palestinian refugees? As of December 2023, Jordan has a Palestinian population of over 2.3 million registered refugees. No, the news is a huge part of the solution, so it's weird to say you're not doing the thing. Yes. There are 25,000 people in here, sometimes 30,000 people in here. I'm willing to bet that I have probably convinced, especially considering that pro-Palestinian conversations are not even one held by like the left in general up until recently. I'm willing to bet that I've convinced and changed the perspective or educated hundreds of thousands of fucking people on this issue in the Western world. So no, I do think that this is working. And not only that, but I urge you to use these talking points with people that are in your family, people that are in your friend groups. You can educate them as well. Rojo Tortuga, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. And my hope one day is to bring back those who left this community because they thought, I don't agree with you. Fuck you. You're an anti-Semite. Maybe one day we can change their minds too. Virtual Meal, thank you for the 10 community gifted subs. Now let's get back to BBC News doing fucking psychopathic pro-Israel propaganda.
Military is continuing its offensive in southern Gaza despite calls for the operation to be halted to prevent the loss of more civilian lives. Well, Algeria has said that it would draft a UN resolution calling for an end to the killing. The US has vetoed previous resolutions and says it still considers the Israeli campaign in Rafah to fall short of what it deems a major ground operation. But it said that the deaths on Tuesday of 21 more people in a displaced persons camp were heartbreaking. Israel has denied firing on the area. Well, let's cross over live to Jerusalem. Our correspondent there, Yolande Nell, joins us. So, Yolande, the White House saying the US continues not to believe that Israel has launched this, a full-scale invasion of Rafah in southern Gaza. Despite that, what does this mean for the people already displaced there? Where do they go?
Well, that remains a big question. We've continued to see people flee in the past day, of course, heading north along the coastline, also to Khan Yunis, a city that was previously really devastated by a full-scale Israeli ground offensive there that was seen as being a Hamas stronghold. Now, what we're hearing this morning is there have been further Israeli airstrikes in Rafah. We've been hearing as well in the past day or so that these have been in the west of the city. That's an area where Palestinians had not been told to evacuate from previously. Now, we've also had Israeli ground forces advancing into the center of Rafah and along the Gaza-Egypt border as well. That was important, that assessment that came from Washington last night, really saying that it still sees this as being a limited.
Please talk about Yasser Arafat. He doesn't get enough love, especially these days. A world can exist where Hamas is just and Arafat isn't a rad Israeli spy. I don't know why you're dick riding Yasser Arafat this hard, bro. Okay? Chill out. It's not fucking 1988. Okay? It's 2024. The fuck are we doing here?
Operation, not crossing.
I've been pretty just in the way that I've covered Arafat. It's ridiculous. I didn't even know there was still fanboys of Arafat in 2024, you know?
What it has defined as its red lines, which would lead to US military aid, vital aid to Israel being stopped. They're saying that really they've not seen at this stage that Israel has smashed into Rafah. There's been hitting multiple points with lots of...
You're making it seem like because you're talking about it so much, it means what? Isn't that how promoting a charity event works? How are new people who don't know anything about the attack supposed to show their support if the biggest name on there isn't promoting a good cause? What? I think drama farmers are not even doing a good job trying to farm drama nowadays, bro. What's happening? Are you okay? Dude, I'm literally offering coverage right now. Like I'm doing coverage on Gaza right now that you're derailing with your fucking idiotic statement. Shut up.
Troops on the ground, but the US has said it is closely monitoring Sunday's deadly strike on that tent camp in the west at Tel Sultan, in which at least 45 Palestinians were killed. The Israeli military had said that it used precise bombs to go after 2 Hamas commanders in that area. The US saying that those results, the fire that broke out, that was something that was tragic. We've been hearing from the Israeli military that this initial assessment is that there were secondary explosions at the size of the munitions it used. It says could not have been responsible, suggesting that perhaps weapons held by Palestinian armed groups in that area could have been to blame. There is this proposed UN Security Council resolution that is now circulating, we're told, put forward by Algeria following the closed doors emergency session that took place yesterday. They have said they would like to see an end to the killing in Rafah. They're putting forward a proposal on that. But of course, we have had the US vetoing multiple resolutions at the UN Security Council calling for ceasefires in Gaza.
OK, well, Yolande, as always, thank you very much for just bringing us up to date of the situation on the ground there. Yolande Nell live from Jerusalem. Well, as Yolande was saying, that Israeli military is continuing that offensive in southern Gaza, as my colleague Lucy Williamson now reports.
Rafah was once Gaza's refuge.
Israel really said Hamas blew up their own people? Like, Jesus, man, they are arrogant. First of all, they did say that, but no, they right now they're saying something different. They're saying something even more insane. They're saying, yes, we blew them up, but technically, it's just that, like, our explosives caused the fire, and that's still the fault of Hamas. I agree. You should repost. It's partly a result of doing. It's strange not to share this pic. You are not above anybody else. Don't be defensive, please. I think people want me to say the R word. That's what I think people are trying to do. They're trying to get me to like say like a hateful word or something. I think. Like, it's got to be bait, right? Like, it's got it. People are just... shut up. Not a bait. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Shut your fucking stupid mouth. Okay? Here, take a day off. Really reconsider what you are doing with your existence. Just share the post on Peggy's story so they shut up. I am not participating in your liberal aesthetic campaign. Okay? Are people out of their fucking minds? I'm not doing that shit. The fuck do you mean? You can watch my fucking content if you want. The fuck? If you don't do this fucking liberal thing, you're not with the cause. Okay, suck my dick. I guess I'm not then. It's the same crew that are pissed off at you for not promoting Operation Olive Branch and the ones that are upset about your views regarding the celeb block list. It's absolutely pathetic. Yeah. If you don't share our Came Late campaign, you don't support Palestine, bro. Yeah, I know. I don't know what's happening. Like, when a chatter comes in here and says, like, why don't you repost the AI image? Like, have they ever looked at my Instagram? Let's take a look. Let's take a dive at the Hasanabi Instagram. Okay, what's that first post? Oh, that's right.
Today.
That's Kareem Khan, ICC chief prosecutor, talking about the arrest warrants. What's the second
Dissolve
post
the
on there?
apartheid regime.
Wait a minute. That's Hassan on television fucking talking about Palestine against a Hasbara troll.
What would you like to see happen?
What's happening on his story? Let's see. Well, he's obviously not fucking posting enough about Palestine on a story. What is that? What is happening? Wait a minute. Okay, he's thirst trapping. Shouts out to Julian for wearing the merch. Oh, that's right. He's posting about Palestinian youth movement, covering the Nikki Haley is psychopathy right there, the bomb thing. Oh, what is this right here? Oh my God, the collaborative piece of phenomenal journalism with 972 Mag and local call, great Israeli reporters, details how Mossad spied on the former ICC prosecutor that Trump sanctioned for Israel. Wait a minute. What is that? That's a link to read this article. Israel is an extension of the U.S. and operates with impunity. What is this? Oh, Creators for Palestine live stream Thursday, May 30th, 1 to 5 p.m. Pacific. What's that about? Oh, they're fundraising for Palestinian charities that are actively working on the ground. That's really interesting. Oh, there's that. Biden, we are your red line. Stop the genocide. I will be attending this as well, by the way, on June 8th in D.C., even though I fucking absolutely despise D.C. Have I sufficiently been pro-Palestinian for the past 10 fucking years, dipshit, that you just learned about since yesterday because you watched a couple TikToks? Suck my fucking cock. Okay? What is happening? What the fuck? Who are these people? Who are you? What are you saying? Who the fuck do you think you are? Literally saw someone on that girl's YouTube channel that was calling you out about your views regarding celeb block list, saying you've done nothing for Palestine and that you should be ignored and put on the block list too. This is the first time I've stepped in to defend a creator online. It's a piss take. Yeah, I've done nothing. Guys, how many celebrities have I blocked? You know what I mean? I've done nothing. I don't even hate the fucking block list and shit because I think ultimately, who cares? Every aspect of pressure that lights a fire under people's asses to at least like make a statement that is in the direction of Palestinian emancipation is good. Okay? That's it. That's what I say. That's my take on it. That's why I don't pick fights with people who are like to a certain degree on the side of Palestinians, okay? Nah, you're literally picking fights? No, I'm offering commentary. There are plenty of people who have certain opinions on the AI image. Okay? It's a in a sea of talking about Rafa, I'm going to also obviously offer my opinion on the AI image thing. Anyway, let's continue. And no, I don't even think the AI image is comparable to the black square, specifically because like awareness or even saying that you're pro-Palestinian has a tremendous amount of consequence in America, in the Western world. I've seen a guy reply to a Palestinian's tweet making fun of the AI image with, "Where have you been the last 75 years?" to a Palestinian. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like people yelling at Motaz. Right? People yelling at fucking Motaz and being like, "Wow, you're not like unconditionally pro Hamas." Like, yeah, dude, he's a little bit of a Fatah guy, but like who cares? Like, what do you mean? He's in it. Like he was in it until he had to escape. They fucking executed his goddamn camera guy, his drone operator. What are we talking about? Like, people are just so crazy. Direct your anger at those who deserve it, okay? Stop tweaking.
Refuge. The safest place in a dangerous war. Today, the city's west and center was emptying. Those still sheltering here, fleeing again amid airstrikes and artillery fire, taking whatever they need to survive, whatever they can't leave behind. There's been no evacuation order from Israel's army. And
the last thing I wanted to say, fuck, I forgot this. This was the most important part. Editors, if you're writing if you're cutting the AI Rafa, all eyes on Rafa video, this part is important to mention. I want to end it on this note, okay? When you see someone post the all eyes on Rafa post on their Instagram, do not immediately fucking react to them in a negative way. Be normal. Be cool. Use this as an opportunity to educate them further about what is going on, okay? Celebrate their accomplishment of openly stating that they are pro-Palestinian. That's a good thing. That's not a bad thing. Remember, if it was not a good thing, you wouldn't see the likes of Scooter Braun and all these other fucking weirdos trying to make their own counter AI images and chirping nonstop and endlessly. Okay? Because this project, this genocidal project, falls apart when people recognize the humanity of Palestinians. Okay? Remember that. When you got celebrities being brave enough to openly say, like, no, I'm pro-Palestinian, actually. You know what? It's fucked up. What's going on is fucked up. That's a good thing. It's an entry point. Use that. Use that. Use that momentum. Educate them further. Send them my videos. Okay? Send them other videos. Democracy Now! Majority Report. There are plenty of people who are offering coverage. Bizon's reporting on the ground. Okay? Don't fucking chirp at them. It's good. People are normies, okay? It's now our time to brainwash them. Let's go. Yeah, brainwash them in the fucking right direction. Brainwash them by teaching them history, okay? History. What am I doing? I can't even speak right. Yeah. Educate them. Fartlow said 45 million hits for all eyes on Rafa in 24 hours. 15 million Jews in the world. This is a side note, but is this genuinely a case of collective psychosis? The Israelis IC say, where have you been on October 7th? Like, motherfucker, the world was looking at the war crimes that took place for weeks and weeks straight. It was the only thing on international coverage on the conflict. Yeah, exactly. Like, you have not, it's so funny, the people being like, you have not sufficiently been angry about October 7, 8 months after Israel has done an October 7 every fucking day, pretty much, to the Palestinian children and women. 40 million people. posted that all eyes on Rafa bullshit yesterday, and now they're burning Jewish buildings. By the way, Jewish buildings, she's talking about the Israeli embassy. She's like, if you, what do you mean Jewish buildings, dude? It's the Israeli embassy. What the fuck are you saying right now? Yes, the Israeli embassy is a Jewish building. Israel is a Jewish nation. It's the only one. You're foaming out the mouth with anti-Semitism. Oh. 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 Oh my God. Oh my God. I fartlo. Oh. You're foaming out the mouth with anti-Semitism and refusing to say it because you're perpetrating terrorism. You are burning buildings down. You, not Hamas anymore. It's you. I'm a fartlo, and I want you to die like Hamas. You're doing terrorism. That's awesome. This is the logical conclusion of Zionism, which is the logical conclusion of Zionism is it is unimaginably worse for a protest outside of the Israeli embassy to turn into a riot and like for one of the gates to fucking catch on fire or whatever the fuck happened. I'm not entirely certain with what happened in Mexico. Okay. That is so much worse than burning children, which is what people are protesting against. Okay? Like, dude, what the fuck are you saying? This is why I say it's not like BLM in the sense that like it's BLM on fucking steroids, okay? Like even the white supremacist militias of the American police force weren't fucking murking that many black children with impunity, okay? Like the numbers are completely out of control on a daily fucking basis. 100 civilians were slaughtered by the Israeli occupying force in the past 48 fucking hours. Many of them, as is the casualty numbers always in Gaza, women and children. Like the overwhelming majority, women and children. And Fartlow is over here crying about the Israeli embassy in Mexico. Suck my fucking dick. It's great though. It is awesome that they are fucking losing it. It is dope. It is awesome that like the most unhinged ultra Zionists are fucking collectively becoming increasingly more psychotic. Okay? They're becoming increasingly more psychotic every day. Everyone is turning into a fucking Michael Rappaport. Now, Fartlow was always unhinged, right? For years and years, Fartlow has been fucking unhinged. I loved all my friends. I loved my life. I loved bands. I loved music. I loved every person, regardless of race or gender, ethnicity or sexuality, except for the Palestinians because they're not persons. I loved all of you. And all of you dehumanized me, overlooked the truth, let me lose my livelihood, and wound up supporting the perpetrators of a war to annihilate the Jewish people. E. Fartlow has had enough. A bridge too fucking far for E. Fartlow. I'm not the crazy one. Everyone else is. The Palestinian children that are burning with Israel's attacks on the safe zone in Rafah. They're not the victim. I am. Why am I the victim? Because everyone calls me E. Fartlow now. Does she actually say that shit? I've only ever heard about her from you. Does she really say, my name is E. Fartlow? She does. She does. She says, my name is E. Fartlow now. Yeah, actually, who the fuck is she? She is a Scottish freak who has been chirping endlessly since 2021 about Zionism, like has not stopped. 2021 was like a breaking point for her, and I only bring her up because like she's just really funny. She is Michael Rappaport, Amy Schumer posting since 2021 and has not stopped. I think it was free parking, the free parking post that was her claim to fame. This video is great of her.
I met one survivor whose parents were founder of kibbutz near Oz, and she...
Okay, see? Was I wrong, though? Was I wrong, though? I don't want to watch this because she's so gross. Like, she's just so fucking gross. But was I wrong? Go ahead. Tell me a lie with the accent.
Was born there. She, as the children of the kibbutzim, a few decades ago, she was raised in, a room where all the children were raised. And
Journalist, feminist, and Jewish activist Eve Fartlow, and Israeli-American rapper and activist Kosha Dills. Oh my God. Oh my God. They brought two of the worst people. Oh, I love this guy. Oh my God. This guy literally is like, this guy, Kosha Dills. Oh God, I don't even know if I show
New
this.
York, and armed with a camera and a microphone, he's gone to the streets of America to speak.
No, E. Fartlow's not a rapper. Kosha Dills is, right? E. Fartlow is a music critic.
To these protesters who are demanding a ceasefire in Gaza to reveal how little these young demonstrators know about the conflict.
I have a daughter.
You have a
daughter and 5 grandchildren.
Okay. So if they had 2 of your grandchildren and 1 of your daughter.
Okay. Not the debate shit, but you got to see this guy. I haven't even shown this guy. Oh, this guy's the best. This guy is awesome. I think I might have actually shown you guys him before because it's so bad. Wait, what? What? Do we have a thread for those not disturbed by beheading? That's actually false. You are so disturbed you look away. With that said, I never shared the 40 babies thing, but I did see bodies burned and other beheadings on vid. No, you didn't. But hold on. I need to. God damn it. Give me a fucking. I need to show you a video of him like rapping because it's so bad. Oh, he's posting about Matis Yahoo. Oh, that's awesome. All of this is so good. Oh, here. No. Hold on.
Like this, bring the family home. We got the world saying, cry to death, they can't sleep. That's the worst pain. I'll remember tonight, the night the note changed. Make some noise, Chicago. This is for social justice. Keep on. What about us? For every family member murdered and wasn't counted. I rise up for peace. History shows that we offer first. When it comes to context, that's a new trigger word. If victory is ours, how come my people know the time? I believe in coexisting. You believe in being co-signed.
Bro, this shit literally makes Macklemore look like one of the greatest rappers alive, okay? Oh my God, he has a Macklemore. Yo, bars. He literally posted Nick Fuentes and then turned around and made a Nick Fuentes argument about literally about the ongoing active ethnic cleansing campaign, which is crazy. Yeah, only we get to do genocide. Bars. There is no difference between this fucking dickhead and Nicholas Fuentes. That's it. They're both advocating for fascism. That's it. One is advocating for fascism and genocide against the Jewish population. The other one's advocating for their own genocide against the Palestinian population. That's it. Damn, this shit got 9,000 views. Yo, this shit went so hard, bro. Nah, you're mistaken. There's a big difference between him and Nick Fuentes. No, dude. No. The only difference is Nick Fuentes wants to kill all Jewish people. This fucking dipshit wants to kill all Muslim and Palestinian people. That's it. Zionism is fascism, okay? It's both gross as fuck. It's literally just genocidal ambition. That's it. Okay, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this any further. I won't do a war crime to you. Okay. Okay, one more. This one got 21.
I was looking for a receiptless one. It was crazy. Live from the front line of dating with no sex. Looking for a baddie that doesn't go to protest. Need a normal bet, you know real estate selling. Live, laugh, love, not a bunch of watermelons. Like, came across a shorty, she bopped. She at the pizzeria looking like.
Bro, you can't look like. You're not allowed to look like this. No. You're not allowed. No, dude, go get a normal job. No, you can't rap like this, okay? No, you can't be like a 45-year-old real estate agent turning around and being like, I'm a rapper on the side. I'm like Batman. Saving the city at night. No, not allowed, okay? No. He couldn't do EDM DJ, so he's rapping instead. Oh, Jesus Christ. This feels very anti-black. His existence is. Anyway. Okay. Let's get back to real news. I'm sorry we sidestepped away to look at this.
For many, no sense of where to go.
I'm just walking in the street. I don't know where to go. There is nowhere safe. Where should we go? This is not alive. This is not alive.
They were packing up too in the displacement camp at Tel Sultan to the west of the city, still scarred by fires, triggered in an Israeli airstrike on Sunday. Dozens dead, survivors spent. There's more than one way to lose a life. Israel says its operation in Rafah is key to defeating Hamas, and that Sunday's strike on Hamas commanders in the camp was carried out with precise munitions that would not, by themselves, have caused so many deaths.
We're talking about munition with 17 kilos of explosive material. This is the smallest munition that our jets can use. Following this strike, a large fire ignited for reasons that are still being investigated. Our munition alone could not have ignited a fire of this size.
While people fled today, Gaza's health ministry...
This kosher dills guy is so mad about anti-Semitism and stereotypes. There's a song called 10 Bagel Commandments. I mean, it's fine. That's whatever. Like, if he was just like... I think he's like... Him rapping is offensive in and of itself. But I feel like Palestinians are the only genocided people who have had art, raps, comedy sets, and movies made about how good it is to genocide them. No, that's not true. I mean, the Nazis did that shit too. Every group, Americans did that too. Every group that actually is engaging in unjustifiable acts of genocidal occupation, war, and you know, unlimited destruction, 100% makes art to try and I'm done. Is this what you wanted? Is this what you want? You want me to quit streaming? Is that I get enough hatred from freaks, Nazis, Nazi adjacents, liberals, conservatives. I don't have to get this smoke from my own motherfucking community on a daily basis. Okay? It's crazy, man. What the fuck am I doing here? It's called holding your own accountable.
He said more than 20 were killed in fresh airstrikes to the west, over half of them women. As far beyond these borders, 3 European nations officially recognize a Palestinian state. And Gaza's last urban center begins to fall under Israel.
Israel has banned
Israel army names 3 soldiers killed in Gaza's Rafah, raising questions about war strategy.
Jazeera. So our correspondent Imran Khan is joining us now from Jordan's capital.
According to Channel 12, Israel has control over 80% of Rafah, which is still, by America, being considered as a limited operation. Thank you, Time Without an OO, for updates from Israel. Humanitarian factors in Gaza. The Israeli army has already taken over 80% of Rafah. Are you saying it's a tide change because the white women have activated on the issue, or is that just coincidence? No, I am saying that. I'm saying that because I'm also experiencing it in my personal life too. I've never seen, I don't know, maybe I'm blinded by all of the normies that I'm both friends with and see on social media and shit, but like, bro, when you got like Ariana Grande and fucking, you know, Paramore and shit posting, like you got like celebrities posting free Palestine and shit, like that's crazy. That's massive. It means a lot. Especially because before when any celebrity chimed in, and it's not like the Pedro Pascals, it's not the Mark Ruffalos of the world. This is what's important. Okay? This is what is important to make a distinction on. Pedro Pascal, very vocal on a lot of stuff, right? I mean, directly related to Allende. That's expected. Mark Ruffalo has been an activist his entire fucking career. These are people that I, of course, am going to expect to pose about Palestine. I'm talking like people who have a very manicured persona online who never want to be polarizing. Okay? Like, there are celebrities who, you know, have had celebrities who have made statements time and time again on social issues. Okay? But like when you got fucking Katy Perry, even conservatives are turning. Yeah, when you got fucking Katy Perry reposting the UNICEF post calling for a ceasefire, like that's huge, man. I'm sorry. Okay? That's huge. That's big. That's a big fucking deal. It gives courage to others, okay? You have to understand. Why do I do what I fucking do? Because my goal is to, one, change your perspective, change your mind, and obviously take action personally. And when you actually have these sorts of protests, when you have people go out in the streets, that gives courage to others. That says to others that they are not alone in this. There are other voices out there who also share your anger and your animosity and your resentment towards what Israel has done. And that's an objectively good thing because these things grow from a snowball into something massive. Serge Tankian from System of a Down had a good take.
And being an activist is a very thorny, double-edged sword.
Damn, this guy's good.